everyone, welcome to my channel, and today I'll be sharing with you my interview experience with Cognizant. So I was being interviewed for a front-end developer's role in Hyderabad location. Today I'll be sharing with you how I applied for the company and what were the number of rounds that were conducted and what was the timeline for each of the rounds. And then towards the end of the video, I'll be also sharing the particular technical questions that were asked to me, so stick around till the end of video, and if you are new to this channel, then subscribe for more tech and coding related videos. So if you are not aware of Cognizant, then Cognizant is an American multinational company. It has its headquarters in New Jersey. The company mainly focuses on business consultancies, IT and outsourcing services. So the first question, like how did I apply for the company or how I got the interview schedule. So I got a call from the recruiter when he came across my profile through Naukri, and they called me and they asked me if I'm available for an interview on the coming Saturday, and I said yes. So that is how they approached me and how I got the interview schedule. So here my Naukri profile gave me a bonus point on reaching out to a recruiter whom I was not able to reach out to directly. So your Naukri profile is important. So how you can make your Naukri profile more visible to the recruiter? I have mentioned 5 tips for that in my another video, which I'll link down in the description, so you can check it out so that you can get the maximum calls from Naukri. Now coming to number of rounds and what was the timeline for each round. So the first round was telephonic interview, which was scheduled for Saturday in the morning around 11 a.m. So in the first round, the interviewer, he asked me some basic questions of HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React and overall front-end development. So some of the basic questions that he asked was like, how can we make a div appear at the center of the page? So what all styling we will apply to make it appear at the center of the page. Second question, if we write the footer above the header, then how will it affect the page? Like how will the page be displayed? Will the footer be displayed below or will it be displayed above the header? So those kind of basic questions were asked. Coming to JavaScript, he asked me about promises, inheritance, how is inheritance implemented in JavaScript, what is hoisting, call, bind and apply, all the basic JavaScript stuff. Coming to the React part, he asked me about the lifecycle methods in React. What are the higher order components? What are the context APIs? So those were a few questions which he asked me from React. And I think the first round was pretty easy. So towards the end of the interview, he asked me if I had any question for him, and I did had a question. So I asked him like how can I improve myself on the technical perspective, like if he had any suggestions for me. And he said like whenever I'm explaining a question, I'm not explaining it enough. So he said like I should explain it a bit more. So that is my tip for you as well. Whenever you are explaining something, you can go a more deep if the interviewer is not interrupting you. So sometimes they will cut you off and they might move on to a new question. But if you are not getting interrupted, then you can continue explaining the same question. So that was a great tip from him, and I really liked it and I appreciate that he gave this much time and he explained to me where I was going wrong. So that was one good thing that I learned from this interview experience. Moving on to the second technical round. The first round was conducted on Saturday around 11 in the morning, and immediately like after an hour of the interview, I got the call from the same recruiter from Naukri that I have cleared my first round. So the first round was around of 30 to 45 minutes and my second round was scheduled, and it was scheduled for 1 in the afternoon. So the second round was a video conference round. Questions asked in the second round was, first he asked me to introduce myself, and then there was some discussion based on what work I have done and what is my projects that I had mentioned in my resume. After that, he started giving me some situational questions, like if there is a table and for each row and each column of the table there are some functions, like if you click on one row then a alert box should pop up, and if you are clicking on a column then some dialog box will appear. So it is like for each row also some function is implemented, and for every column also some function is there. So if you click on any table cell, then both the functions of row and column will be invoked. So how can you override for one cell, like you want only the column function to be invoked and not the row function? So this was the main question. So this question is basically how we can stop the propagation of a function. So this we can do using the stop immediate propagation and stop propagation, which are the functions of JavaScript. So I explained the same to him and he was quite satisfied with the answer. Then he asked me a few other questions related to React, like how can we implement routing in React and how routing in React is different from routing in any other programming language. And then the questions were like how can we make an API call in a React Redux application, and how do we communicate from one component to the another component. If a parent component is there and there is a child component, then how do we communicate from parent to child, from child to parent, and between the siblings. So if there is an app component, there is a component and a B component, then how can we communicate from app component to A component, from A component back to the app component, and from A component to B component. So these were the types of questions which were asked in the second technical round. He also asked me like how can we implement the lifecycle methods using React hooks. So those were the kind of questions that were asked in the second round of interview. The level of difficulty for this round was around average, and the timeline for this round was around 45 to 60 minutes, and both the technical rounds got completed on the same day, that is on Saturday. Now I got a call again in the evening from the recruiter that I have cleared my second round of interview and I'll be moving on to the HR round. But since it was a Saturday and next day was Sunday, which was again a holiday, so the HR round was scheduled for Monday. So on Monday around 10 in the morning, I got the call from HR. This was again a telephonic round and he asked me some generic questions like about my educational background, my family background and my current organization. So it ended on a thank you note, and overall it was a good experience interviewing with Cognizant. So I was offered around 10 to 15 days after my HR round was conducted, but you will get to know in the HR round only either you are selected or not. Sometimes it might take like 10 to 15 working days for you to get the offer letter. Also, I want to mention that this was my interview experience as an experienced candidate. So I was working in an organization where I was working as a front-end developer, and then I was interviewing for Cognizant for a job switch. That was my interview experience with Cognizant. I hope you found this video informative and it will help you in your interview preparation. I am coming up with a bunch of interview experiences, so make sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to see more of the interview experiences in future, and hit the bell icon so that you are notified every time I upload a video and you don't miss any notifications from my channel. And let me know in the comment section if you have any suggestions or video requests to make. See you next time. Bye bye.